Extra, read all about it!
We could set the clocks by you, Mr. Holmes.
Regular in small things only. When my brother arrives, please send him in.
Very good, sir.
"5 million souls in London, Watson, and not one of them needs my services. An entire week without work. It's intolerable. Absolutely unendurable. Perhaps I can find something diverting in my room. At least I'll escape your censorious glances."
Holmes, I protest. Your personal habits are no concern of mine.
Stuff and nonsense, Doctor. Your eyes tell a different story, as if I'd stolen from the alms box. Enter.
This just came for you, Mr. Holmes, by bonded messenger, no less.
Thank you, Mrs. Hudson. You are a treasure. Hello, it's from my brother. This is most welcome.
Please join me at the Diogenes. I require your energy, judgment, and discretion. M. A rather brief note to elicit such a smile. Whatever can he want?
Who knows? He's as furtive as a Freemason and as ingenious as Babbage. But a chat with Mycroft at his club is sure to be diverting. He may have work, or he may need help identifying a rare tobacco. Grab your hat, Doctor. We're off to one of the queerest spots in London.
Lead on, Holmes.
Good evening, gentlemen. Mr. Holmes is expecting you.
Thank you, Forbes. Mycroft, mortally injured on account of a gas leak. Such accidents don't happen to people one knows. When I read careless match levels, 5 flats in Camden Town, or omnibus splatter 6 in the Brixton Road, those unfortunate persons are known only to God. I defy you to name a single soul who has been victimized in this ridiculous fashion.
Lestrade says such explosions are the price of progress. I suppose he has a point.
Mycroft, on his deathbed at Bath, sacrificed at the altar of progress? The inspector is insensitive and a congenital idiot.
Calm yourself, Holmes. Perhaps your brother will disprove the diagnosis. Why do you suppose he asked you to the Diogenes?
Perhaps he enjoys my company. Some people do. It was as likely a trivial matter as something momentous. He was like that.
Should we try to discover the cause of his summons?
What possible significance can it have to me or to him? He is lost to me. Forgive me, Watson. I prefer solitude just now. I have no heart for work. I'm no good for use or ornament.
I'll find a way to distract your grief, my friend. Perhaps Lestrade has some work for us. This much is certain. London always suffers from your idleness, and you are a danger to yourself.
Constable, I'd like to nip in for a word with Inspector Lestrade.
Impossible, sir. Your local station can handle any police business.
Well, this is a personal matter. Mr. Holmes often assists the yard, and I...
Save it, sir. It's nothing to me. Just move along.
Perhaps you could direct me to someone with more authority?
I'm Lord Master of this pavement, sir. Now mind the sign and push off.
Inspector Lestrade may have matters that require my friend's attention.
Move on, sir. We don't want any rough stuff, do we?
What's the good word, Augie?
Out alone, are we, Doctor? Like to turn your end to a game?
Oh, I don't really feel up to it.
Ah, the calamity at the Diogenes Club. Say no more. Mr. Holmes beyond consolation, I assume.
He is dispirited, as am I.
Very sorrowful to hear it, I'm sure. What about some free card monty to improve your disposition? It's a game of skill.
Not the way you play it, I suspect. I'd like to get into the yard. Can you help me?
I can lighten your cares and your wallet.
Can you distract the constable?
No go, Doctor. He's a clever and vindictive brute. You're just a visitor here. I have to make my living.
If you've ideas of how I might get inside, I beg you to give them up.
3 ways to my knowledge. They're yours for £5.
Put it on my account. Speak.
Commit a crime, marry Lestrade's sister, or change your name to Holmes.
Lovely. Perpetrate any of 3 felonies.
Beggars can't be choosy.
No, they're allowed to throw their money down a rat hole. The £5 ought to buy what you know the Diogenes Club explosion.
The police say it's an accident. That's no surprise.
You have reason to disbelieve them?
Reason don't enter into it. It's an easy call. Who's to say them no? But the truth's worth money, and they ain't asked for an halfpenny. Beware of free information, Doctor. Might have been some terrorists about, for all you and I know. I heard there's some about.
Any more bright ideas, Augie?
None that I think you'd pay for.
I believe I heard a young woman call for help. Shouldn't you investigate?
Your ears is better than a blind man's, but I'm afraid she's on her own. I got me orders.
Please let me pass. I'm Sherlock Holmes' colleague. Surely you recognize his name.
Course I do. Round here enough, isn't he? Like he owns the place. But if knowing him was a ticket, I'd have half a Newgate prison inside.
Lestrade's Christian name is Giles. Only his intimates know that. I must speak with him.
Shove off, or I'll have you before the Bow Street magistrate.
Constable, Have you heard anything of interest about the explosion in Pall Mall?
If you're looking to employ Mr. Holmes, that dog won't bark. The Diogenes case is closed. Fire brigade said it was a gas leak.
But sometimes, Constable, men in your high position, men with great authority, hear things. I'm sure you take my meaning.
Well, one lad did remark on the damage, with so little gas being laid on.
And?
Said it looked like the club was bombarded. Some club members insisted on going inside, and they were shocked to their shoes at the damage. I did hear that Mr. Mycroft Holmes had regained consciousness at Bart's. Much improved. Now please, sir, move along.
Sir, how long have you been unattended in this wretched hole?
For bleeding ever, if you'll excuse the expression. No one tells me what's going on. I'm like furniture.
Is the new patient ward far from here?
Miles away, I've heard. I've never been, thank God.
Why do you say that?
Well, Matron keeps a few special cases there, but mostly it's terminal ones. Morgue's close by, you see. Long as I'm out here, I can't be too sick.
Matron, might I look in on one of your recent arrivals?
This is not Christie's picture gallery. We have procedures here, visiting schedules, discipline, and so on.
My name is John Watson. I once worked here.
I recall. Skillful, but unattentive to hospital regulations. You've put on weight, Doctor. It doesn't suit you.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Matron. You're looking very well.
You've become a Wimpole Street hack, no doubt. Or do you keep a surgery for pampered women on Harley Street?
I have a general practice in Paddington and...
Paddington? I might have guessed. Well, if you'll excuse me, Doctor, some of us have work to do.
After Bart's, I served in the Army Medical Department. I was wounded in India.
An army medico, I'm not surprised. I always say, those who can, do. Those who can't, do take government service.
Matron, I'd like to see Mycroft Holmes. I'm a close friend of the family.
But you're not his physician. I can't allow the new intensive care ward to be breached by just anyone off the street.
I'm hardly that. Must I apply to the director?
Visitors are my province. If you have time to waste, apply by all means. She'll return from Paris in a week or two.
Is Dr. McCabe still the staff coroner?
He is.
As I'm here, I'll just pop in and pay my respects. Will you sign me in?
Seeing you're a professional, I'll record it. The morgue only, mind. Don't make a nuisance of yourself.
Why are those people being treated in the mezzanine?
They are indigent and unable to meet my hygienic standards for placement in the luxurious privacy of the new ward.
If they have communicable diseases, isolation in a private room would be sound practice.
Which shows how little you care for hygiene and the value of a pound. Don't dally in the halls, Doctor.
Greetings, McCabe. You're well, I hope. Might I have a word?
Hello, Doctor. A word, by all means, but not much more. I'm rather busy with the subject from the Diogenes Club conflagration.
My God, that's not Mycroft Holmes.
No. He's in the new ward. This is Sir Hubert Fortescue. You didn't know the old fellow, I surmise. Well, now you never will.
Might I ask what your examination of the old man has revealed?
I'd like to satisfy your curiosity, but I may say nothing without official authorization. My report will be circulated at the inquest.
Might you divulge the cause of Sir Hubert's death? I nearly witnessed it. I'm sorry, Doctor. Without authorization, I'm obliged to keep silent on that subject. As a professional courtesy, you may view his clothes if you wish. As I recall, there was a circuitous passage from here to the old patient ward. Can the new ward be likewise approached from here? Nothing simpler. But, Doctor, a cynical man might suppose the purpose of your visit was not entirely social. I admit it, McCabe. I'm sorry. Matron flatly denied my request to see Mycroft Holmes. The passage is open. Through that door and straight along. But she will not be pleased to learn that you have circumvented her authority. I'll take the chance. Better you than me, Dr. Watson. My dear fellow, I had no idea. How are you, sir?
Always as comfortable as can be, poor dear, though we won't say so.
I had no idea Mr. Holmes' injuries were so extensive. What is his condition?
Tolerable, though we won't answer a direct question and rattles on most peculiarly from time to time. However, the party you address is not Mr. Holmes.
I beg your pardon?
The gentleman in white is not Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes is in bed 3, as you can see for yourself.
Ah, yes, of course, to be sure. Has Mr. Holmes said or done anything that you can tell me about?
Mostly he's a lamb, Mr. Holmes is. And if he continues to be a good boy, I'll give him another dose of morphine.
I think he has had quite enough medication. Are you able to speak, sir? Please give me a sign.
He doesn't wish to speak. Stubbornness, I believe.
Hello, Mycroft. It's John Watson. Sister treating you well?
What's that? Who's there? Oh, Doctor, fine. Flit on, cheering angel. She is not, I mean, tin shoes, eh?
Sherlock's in a funk, sir. I'm trying to revive him. Can you help?
Ask me to be he who kills a misery. Not free to be, don't flee. Where's the key? A former tree. Who's the key? What? How? Treachery. Mendacity. If he's free, he should see if I have the key, or I ought to be. He just might see conspiracy. Privacy.
Oh, it's a terrible thing to hear a grown man speak drivel.
If you don't mind, sister, I'd appreciate a bit of privacy.
Well, excuse me, I'm sure. Confine yourselves to this hall or you'll be forcibly removed. You took your time, Doctor. I was about to send out a search party.
Thank you, matron. As always, you are the soul of civility. Constable, might I have a look inside? The interior is available to those holding proper credentials. Credentials? Yes, Doctor. My orders is that what's left of the club is off limits to all but official personnel and Diogenes members. Constable, why is the fire brigade still here? Looking for more leaks, sir. Well, in that case, shouldn't these torches be extinguished? It was the brigade what lit them. They know their business, I suppose. I tried to see Inspector Lestrade at the yard, but I couldn't get in. That's hardly my fault, Doctor. No, but I thought good intentions might carry some weight. The thought don't count for much, contrary to the old saying. If you're not a club member, I'm afraid I can't let you in.